A great week of practice, like a really great week of practice, and I think a lot of confidence came from that practice. And then leading into the game, I didn't have any doubts in my mind. Whatever I felt like I could do in the field, I feel like I could do it. So hopefully, we have another great week of practice. Then leading into Penn State, I'll have that same confidence. But it definitely boosts that. Have been able to perform like this, but all credit to my coaches, and my teammates for sure.
Throughout this whole process,
player now?
Are you a different player than at this time last year?
Yeah.
And how?
I mean, I believe so. I've said earlier that one of my main goals is to become a more polished receiver, whether that's routes, whether that's catching deep balls. I honestly came back, with that goal, with that mission, put all my time and effort into it. But I truly think I'm getting better as a player, not just as a player, but as a receiver. So
is that a difficult sort of self-evaluation to make?
Yeah.
That you didn't feel like you were a finished product yet? I mean,
I don't. For me, I'm the type of guy who grade. I'm a hard grader on myself, so I don't think it was I don't think it was hard for me. Like I said, I knew my weaknesses. Coming out of last year. And then you look at NFL guys. You look at the best receivers in the NFL. You see their strengths. There's not many weaknesses that a lot of the top NFL receivers have. So you compare yourself to the best at all times, and that's how I am. Whether that's comparing myself to my other teammates or that's the receivers in the league. I want to be the best at what I do. So I know I had a lot of work to do.
How has Heartline helped you along the process as well?
He's been a huge help. Just because he's played at that level, he's dominated at that level. And, he's been in the situations that I've been in. So having that resource for me has been great. He talks about things that go on in the NFL. How things from college translate there. So I mean, it's a huge help.
Do you remember watching him play at all? Do you have any memory of him?
Yeah, definitely playing for the Dolphins
or even the Buckeyes.
Yeah, of course, yeah, for sure.
Parris, over and over again through this process, the coaches have said constantly that the players have kind of, the program runs itself. The players' leadership's been huge. Is there an example in this last 4 weeks that you can remember where that player leadership really shined through?
Obviously, I could say last week, just because from an offensive standpoint, we're kind of getting punched in the mouth. Things weren't really clicking for us early. We just needed to play, and it was just a moment. Johnny Dixon actually came over to the sideline, kind of just got around the receivers and the quarterbacks, and told us, in a fight, someone has to throw the first punch, and we just started to riot. And that kind of got me juiced up, just because we were down in the dumps, just because we didn't have anything going. So just in a time like that, for him to say something like that, kind of got the offense rejuvenated, and went on to make plays. And
Parris, can you just describe what a ball from Dwayne Haskins looks like coming towards you?
It's great. I mean, it's everything you ask for as a receiver. In the D-ball today, I didn't have to break stride, didn't have to do anything, just had to put my hands up. So it's great just because, as a receiver, you rely on your quarterback relies on you. So knowing that he's going to throw a dime every time, I mean, you get confidence from that. So.